stuff. Katie plays stuff.
Hey, I'm Katie and this is Katie Plays Stuff, where I play stuff for you, and today, it's not going to be anything like that. At all. It's officially time, guys. Today, I'm going to be telling my first story. And I'm very nervous about it. I asked you guys over on Twitter if anyone would be interested in seeing a story by me, maybe hearing a little bit more about my life. I'm sorry if you can hear cars going by the way, because, I'm not playing a game this time. It's all me, baby. All me. So if you're not following me on Twitter, or you don't have a Twitter, you probably should make one, or you should follow me, because a lot of very big choices happen over on Twitter. I'm sorry if this video is going to be a little bit choppy. I know it might be annoying, but there's like 85 cars driving by right now, and I can't deal with that. You see what I mean? So if you're new to this channel and you literally just clicked on it because of the title, just so you know, my name is Katie and I have a gaming channel where I play video games. Yeah, doesn't look like it, but I do. And we have a lot of fun here, so if you're interested in video games at all, you should try and subscribe. That'd be pretty nice. But anyways, let's get on with the story. So, this is going to be about my first and only Tinder date. Yeah, I know.
Katie's so cool. Why can't she get a boyfriend? Why nobody want her in real life?
The world may never know. Okay, this is the days before Brendan, so if any of you guys are talking about, this didn't just happen right now, okay? This was, I think, 2 to 2.5 years ago. Probably 2.5 years ago. If you don't know who Brendan is, he's my boyfriend. I show him on the channel all of the time, and yeah, so these are in the days before Brendan. And you guys are probably wondering, Katie, you couldn't get a boyfriend before Brendan? You were such a loser that you had to get on Tinder? And the truth is, yeah, I was. It was bad. So, if you guys want to hear, relationship stories before Brendan, I'm all for it. I dated the same guy throughout high school. So, throughout high school, I was with the same guy. And then we broke up when our first year in college, I believe. And then I got my heart broken. And then I got my heart broken again. And then, by this point, I'm in college, and I've just, decided that I'm the wing girl. When my guy friends are trying to get with these girls, I'm the kind of, the middleman, and I'm like, hey, get with my friend, nobody was getting with me. I was kind of helping my guy friends get with the girls and stuff. I just, I go to the parties, I drink, but I wasn't, hooking up with people. It wasn't anything like that. Okay, so it's almost spring break. I'm getting ready to go to the beach with my friends. If you didn't know, I went to college in South Carolina, so we were all going to Myrtle Beach for spring break, which is, the best thing ever. The thing is, I didn't have a boyfriend, so, gonna hit those clubs. Awkward Katie in the clubs. It wasn't good. So, yeah, I decided to make a Tinder account. I think it was kind of just a joke, because that was around the time that Tinder became popular, and everybody was like, oh, you don't have a Twitter? You're single? Make a Tinder. So, I decided to just make one I don't know why I did it, just to be funny, to see if anybody would, match with me. So I did. So Tinder was not working out for me. I mean, there was some cute guys. I was kind of matching with some people, but then even the conversations were just awkward. Sometimes you wouldn't even message that person, you would match and then that would be it. If you've ever had Tinder, then I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. So eventually I matched with this guy. Let's call him Jerry. I don't know why I chose that name. But yeah, we're gonna call him Jerry. And, so yeah, me and Jerry matched. He had, this boyish face, and he had this swoopy hair, which I'm really not into anymore. I was when I was, in high school. So yeah, he had, this swoopy, kind of, boyish haircut. He had a boyish face. I don't know what I really thought was I think I thought he was cute more than I found him, sexy. He had, this cute smile. It was kind of I can't do it. It was kind of a closed mouth, that's not cute at all. It was a closed mouth, cute smile, okay? So, he was cute, and I was like, yeah, I'll talk to this guy. We matched. I don't have the messages anymore, so I don't know who wrote to who. I think maybe he messaged me. Maybe I messaged him. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. And we were just talking, like, how are you? I'm fine. Where do you go to college? Talking about college, talking about that kind of stuff. He went to school across the state from me. So he also went to school in South Carolina. And it was, I think, 3 hours away. So even though we were talking, it's not like I was about to drive 3 hours to meet some rando person off Tinder. But then spring break was coming, and he goes, so where are you going for spring break? And we had been talking for a while at this point, maybe a few weeks or something. Yeah, maybe 2 weeks. I don't even know how long it was. And I said, yeah, I'm going to Myrtle Beach. And he's like, really? Me too? I'm going to Myrtle Beach. And I was like, really? And so then, like, I just must have been in the best mood because I was like, oh yeah, we can meet up in Myrtle Beach, haha. And this guy said yes, okay? He said yes. He said,
let's meet up in Myrtle Beach and let's go on our first date.
And this is like the scariest thing I think I've ever done, or the stupidest thing I could have ever done in my life, because why go on a date with a stranger? Why meet up, especially Myrtle Beach on spring break? Like, people out to kill on spring break, okay? I could have been murdered. So I said yes, of course. This girl was lonely, okay? Katie was lonely. So, anyways, I get ready. I go to spring break with my friends. We had a beach house. It was more like a beach condo apartment type thing. It was on like the 3rd floor, but it had a balcony and like a hot tub, and it was right on the beach. So if you walked out onto the balcony, then you're right on the beach. And it was really nice. It was awesome. So for like the first 2 days, we were just hanging out, we were drinking, and then finally my Tinder date comes up, and today's the day. It's time to meet Jerry.
Jerry. Oh, Jerry.
Okay, so he said he wanted to meet me at the restaurant next to the condo. My friends didn't want me just going off, getting picked up by a stranger, and then never to be seen again. So I said, well, why don't we just eat at the restaurant right next door? And if you guys stand on the balcony, you can literally see the restaurant from the balcony. So if he, like, drags me into his car, you'll be able to see it. Just stand on the balcony for, like, maybe half an hour, see how it goes, and then you can go hang out inside. So, he picks me up. Alright, let's get actually into this story now. Alright, so Jerry picks me up outside of the condo. And he drives up in a black, I don't even know what it is. I'm not a car person. I've never been a car person. A black something. And it was a 2-door car. It was very sporty looking, very flashy. I don't know anything about cars, so I couldn't tell you a Corvette. I literally have no idea. But it was, all I know is that it was a sports car. It was black, and it was super, super freaking flashy. And I know that I have a lot of guy subscribers, so some of you probably love cars, and you're like, oh, that'd be awesome, or I have one. But I'm not the kind of person that, like, likes to be in those kind of cars, because I don't want people looking at me. I don't like all the attention. Even driving in convertibles, I don't look around or look at anybody. Like, I'm very shy, I guess. So he picks me up in the flashiest fucking cars in Myrtle Beach, and I'm like, oh my god, what did I just get myself into? This is so weird. And I get into the car. I don't even think he got out of the car, honestly. Like, that's how you know that this guy was just an idiot. So I get into the car. Okay, let me just tell you. The second he opened his mouth, I don't want to sound superficial and I don't want to sound mean. I really don't, because it shouldn't matter what someone looks like, and it definitely doesn't matter. But I feel like on Tinder, you kind of see what you're getting, you know? You think you're getting the full package of whatever picture you saw. It's like being catfished, almost. So this guy, come to find out, he opens his mouth, a big, wide smile for Katie, and his teeth are so gross. They're so gross. They're, like, so brown. They look like they've never been brushed. Like, you know, like meth heads who have, like, those crazy-ass teeth? He had the craziest teeth I've ever seen. They were so gross. And I am a huge mouth person. Like, the first thing I look at a guy normally is normally at their mouth. I don't know why. I have a thing for, like, lips. I think lips are nice. Anyway, if you have really bad teeth, normally it turns me off. So he opens his mouth and I'm like, but I didn't do that. I was like, hey. I can't even tell this story right now. It wasn't what I expected. And then I was thinking to myself, where did I go wrong? What happened? How did I not know about this? And then I realized every single picture on Tinder, he had that small little boyish smile. And his mouth was closed in every single picture. So this guy smiles with his mouth closed. This cute little smile that I was so attracted to was hiding these fucking teeth. These gnarly ass teeth. Okay, so teeth aside, that's what I thought as soon as I got into the car. But other than that, he was pretty much just like the picture. Mouth closed. He was cute, okay? He still had the little haircut, the swoopy haircut, which I really wasn't fond of. But I then realized that I think he was, like, balding a little bit, which is fine. Brendan's balding. He's balding. Don't tell him I told you that. So he was balding a little bit, so I noticed that he had his hair longer and swooshy because he was covering up his bald. And I noticed that a lot of 19, 20-year-olds, they start to do that. They kind of just grow out their hair as long as they can because they're trying to hide what they're losing. So I got it. It wasn't a big deal to me. I don't even care because we're at that age. I don't even care. So, anyways, we get to the restaurant. Literally, we drove 2 seconds. He picked me up outside in the parking lot, and we went next door to the restaurant. And we ate outside because I wanted to make sure that my friends could see me from the balcony. I could literally see them in the balcony, like, over on the beach, like, waving to us. Yeah, those are my friends for you. So, we decided to eat outside, and I don't really remember what happened during lunch. I don't know. We kind of just got to know each other a little bit more. I mean, I thought, this guy's cute. His personality is nice. He had a southern accent, which, it was cute. I liked it. But another thing I started to kind of notice about this guy is that he was very awkward. He was kind of like, you could tell that he was nervous, but when I'm nervous, I talk a lot. And when I'm nervous, I kind of like, I don't know, kind of just like, I just start talking and laughing and giggling and stuff when I get nervous. But he was kind of like, with this fucking smile the whole time. And it was so awkward. Like, I couldn't find things to talk about. I would start kind of being like, ah.
Yeah, we were drinking earlier, we were having fun, and then I bought this dinosaur cup at Walmart, and I was drinking out of a dinosaur cup.
That actually happened. And he was kind of like, huh?
Yeah?
Are you gonna say something? I mean, I know I'm talking about a dinosaur cup, but freaking laugh or something. He was kind of like,
Uh-huh.
And then I started to realize maybe this guy, like, isn't hearing me, or maybe he's just not listening to me, because I was saying things and sometimes he wouldn't even respond. And I'd be talking, and then other times he would kind of just stare into my eyes. But, like, it didn't seem like whatever I was saying was registering. It was kind of just like he was just listening to nothing. It was like talking to Patrick from SpongeBob. It was literally like this guy, I don't want to call him dumb. He's not, I'm sure he doesn't have any mental issues or anything, but he was like, I don't know the word, but it's like his head was just full of air. He was just a big airhead. Everything I said was like, whew, you know? Like, it was weird. I've never met anybody like this. Normally, I have a conversation, we're going back and forth, we're talking. But this person was like, it's like he wasn't even listening. He was listening, but he wasn't, like, taking in the information and putting things back out. It was just like it was going in his head and disappearing. It was really weird. So, our conversation was very light. Not a lot of talking. I think I realized then, like, there's just no chemistry here. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not that he was airheaded. Maybe there was just no chemistry, you know? We just didn't have it. There was nothing. Okay. So I'm already trying to change up the plans because he had this full date for us, and I'm thinking maybe if I bring him back to, like, the beach to hang out with my friends, maybe it can, like, get him to, like, open up a little bit more. Maybe, you know, his funny side will come out. But he had these plans, and he already bought tickets, and I didn't know. And so after we're done eating, it was like the most grueling experience ever. This person I have no chemistry with at all. We go out to the car, and I'm about to say, maybe we should go to the beach. You want to come meet my friends? He says, I bought us tickets to go to the aquarium. And that would have been so nice if I was interested in this person at all, but I just wasn't. And so I was like, oh okay. So we go to the aquarium, and I'm like laughing about this because I just remember all these little bits and pieces. I remember I'm not really a big country person, but I started listening to a little bit more country when I moved out into South Carolina. And so I sent him all these songs that I liked that were country because he's from South Carolina, so I thought maybe he knew what they were. And there's this one song, I forget what it's called.
Shaking that money maker like a heartbreaker, like your college major was...
Okay, anyway, something about a college major. And so I sent these songs to him, and so when we get into the car on the way to the fish tank, on the way to the aquarium, he like busts out his iPod, and he's like, oh, I downloaded all those country songs. And so I was like, oh, cool, we can listen to them on the way, and then I can sing and be goofy and not talk to you. So he turns on the college major song on repeat, mind you. Repeat. This guy, I'm not calling him dumb, not dumb at all, but he didn't realize that it was on repeat, and he didn't realize it was on repeat the entire way to the aquarium. The entire way. Maybe he just wasn't listening, maybe he was so interested in talking to me, but we weren't talking that much. And this guy had it on repeat, and the song would keep replaying, and I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to be mean, like I'm trying to just, enjoy my day. But it was on repeat. Eventually I had to say something. By the third time I was like,
dude, are you gonna change the song? Did you not hear it? Can you not notice that it's on repeat?
So this guy, the college major song starts playing, and he doesn't know any of the words at all. I'm singing the words. He's like,
college major.
And then he looks over at me and he just starts laughing. Like he knows all the words and he's having a good time singing the college major song. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm looking out the window like, kill me now. So then the college major song starts playing again because it's on repeat. And this guy's like,
college major. College major.
And he's like looking at me like trying to like sing along with me. You know 2 words from the song. I can't sing along with you. Stop looking at me and pointing at me like I'm gonna like sing with you because you know 2 words. I need to calm down. So we arrive at the aquarium. And if y'all know anything about Katie, is that Katie doesn't like water. Katie doesn't like fish. Katie doesn't like whales. Katie doesn't like aquariums. He didn't know that, so I wasn't gonna say anything. He already bought the tickets, and that's okay. I was fine just looking at the fish. I'm perfectly fine with that, but I don't like those rooms when you walk into the rooms and the tank is like surrounding you, and it's kind of like you're walking through a tunnel, but the tank is kind of like over it. And so I was really nervous that I was gonna freak out during this. But anyway, so we went to the aquarium. Nothing crazy happened at the aquarium. It's still awkward as hell. I didn't walk through any rooms with the big tunnels, so I was good. I think it would have been a really nice date if it was with someone that I cared about, If it was Brendan, me and him, we would have a blast at the aquarium. We'd be talking shit about the fish. We would be talking about all the fish we thought were really cool looking. We would be like touching the stingrays and feeding things, and we would be having so much fun. But with this person, it was like there was just no chemistry. There was just nothing there. I had nothing to say, So anyway, then the aquarium is over, and we go back to the car. And we sat there for a little bit because it was kind of like I was trying to inch towards the fact that I wanted him to bring me home. I wanted him to bring me back to the condo. And he kind of still wanted to hang out and get food and stuff. More food after the aquarium. He wanted to stop at like Burger King or something. I don't know. but I was kind of like leading towards the fact that I wanted to go home. So he was like, oh, let's take a picture together because we haven't taken a picture yet. And I was like, yeah. So I took out my phone and I was like smiling and taking pictures with my Tinder date and a couple Snapchats, you know, because I had to take pictures of this for my friends to see. And he takes this picture. And he put this picture on his Instagram. I could have died right then and there. I was so happy that I didn't know anybody that he was friends with, but that picture of all pictures, and then he decides to comment just because she doesn't like this one. That was a dick move, Jerry. That was a dick move. Girls do not like pictures that they don't like of themselves being posted on the internet. And he posted that picture deliberately because I didn't like that one.
Thanks a lot, Jerry. Bye, Jerry.
So eventually, the date was over, and I decided, please just bring me back to the condo. I have to meet my friends for dinner. And he says, fine. So we drive back, and at this point, I think we were holding hands because the way I'm acting right now is not the way I was acting then. I was very nice. I was definitely trying to giggle and laugh with him. I was trying to like make conversation because I hate awkwardness. We make it back to the condo. And it's like an indoor parking lot, or what are those? A parking garage, yeah. So we were in the parking garage, and he parks in the parking garage. Instead of, just pulling up and letting me get out and go, he parked. Because I think he wanted to get, a hug and maybe a kiss. So anyways, he gives me a hug. This is the worst kiss. I'm gonna say we did kiss, but it's the worst kiss I've ever had in my entire life. The worst kiss. And not because anything about his teeth, nothing like that. Guys, I don't know how old all of you are. I'm sure some of you haven't had your first kiss yet. I'm sure some of you have had a million kisses. But I think overall, the first kiss, I don't know if this is just a girl thing, the first kiss should have no tongue. It should be slightly open mouth, not like, nothing like that. Definitely slightly open mouth, a very, not passionate, just a polite kind of, open mouth, a couple kisses, tender. Let's say tender. A tender, soft kiss. And this guy, he goes in for the big kisseroo. He's going in. And this is all I see. I swear to you. I swear to God, this is exactly what he looked like. So here I am. Just gave him a hug. I'm ready. I'm sad, but I'm ready. And I'm like... And I turned to look at him. Because I knew it was coming. And this is all I see. I'm not kidding. I can't joke. You cannot joke about these things. His eyes were open, wide open. Like, as far as they are right now. He was looking into my soul. And his tongue was all the way out. Like, completely out. His tongue was out of his mouth like a dog. And I literally, I'm not kidding, was like... And I was shocked, and I, went back like this, and he's like,
What's wrong? You okay?
And I was like, I thought you were joking. I literally was so taken aback that I thought maybe he was kidding around, or coming in for something weird. I don't know what he was doing. And I was like, was that a joke? And he's like, no. And he was, really confused, kind of, taken aback that I didn't kiss him. Okay. Alright, let's try this again. And so I go in, I take the back of his head, because whether you like a person or not, this first kiss, it has to be something to remember. Because if I'm gonna do it, I'm hoping that he's going to tell his friends later on, yeah, the Tinder date wasn't so great, but that was a good first kiss. So, I take the back of his head, and I thought maybe there just needs to be more passion in this. Maybe there needs to be something. And I'm leaning in, and he goes, and literally does it again! He did it again! And I had to stop him again, and I'm like, what are you doing? And I actually said that. I said, what are you doing? And he was like, I'm trying to kiss you. Why do you keep stopping me? And I'm like, with your eyes open? And he's like,
oh, I didn't notice they were open.
You didn't notice you were staring at me? Your eyeballs and my eyeballs were like literally touching and you didn't notice?
and so I'm laughing at this point because I'm like, I need to get out of this car. Like, who is this guy? And so I was like, okay, one more time, 3 times the charm. And by this point, I am laughing. So he's kind of really awkward, but I'm laughing and I'm just kind of like trying to joke around. And so I was like, all right, let's go again. Because right now I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. So I go in again and I'm like, Katie's going for this. She's going for this. And he takes his tongue and his mouth is like it was tongue on face. I think his tongue, like, touched under my chin. Like, tongue on face. My mouth is small, I guess, and it was inside of his mouth, and his teeth were, like, touching my mouth, and I didn't know what to do, and it was just so horrific. It was so bad, and his eyes were still open, so I closed my eyes, but I would kind of, like, open them, and they were wide open. And I'm not kidding, guys, he had the audacity to say,
why did you open your eyes while we were kissing?
I gotta go. And so I got out of the car and I left. And I went back up to my friends and I died a little bit. But, that's my story of my first Tinder date. I'm sorry if that came off a little mean. I hope none of you guys think that I'm being mean. I know that some of these story time videos, they get a little, misinterpreted. I'm not calling this guy dumb. I'm not saying he had any sort of, mental issues. Nothing like that. He was just very, dim. He was kind of like Patrick from SpongeBob. It was kind of like you said something, and it's like he didn't even hear you. It was like wind by his head, you know? It was just strange. I've never met someone like that, and I think it was just because we just didn't have the right chemistry. He just wasn't, our personalities did not mesh at all. I don't really even know what his personality was, to be honest. Especially that kissing experience, I really don't know. But yeah, that was my first Tinder date. If you guys are interested in any more stories, I have tons of them. A story about, parties at college. I have stories about the time that my boyfriend cheated on me way back when, and my heart was completely broken. Anything you guys want to hear, if you have any stories that you want to tell about a Tinder date that you've been on, tell me in the comments because I would love to know. I'm sorry if this went on a little bit long, but it was my first one. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.